Sam definitely knows that because Sam and I talk about it all the time. So like Sam knows that I have her back, all like 100%. So, and this like became really serious, but like for
It got real.
It got real. No, but like
It's supposed to be real.
Like I'm really am serious.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast, your favorite podcast of all time. And guess what? Chicken butt. You fell for that. You walked into it. It's your fault.
What's
You
a butt for?
What's a butt
Pooping. It's for hot cross buns,
for?
remember?
Is it me or does it smell like Updog in here?
What is
Definitely
Updog? Sam?
What is...
What
Hey,
is
Colgan,
this
does
updog that you speak of?
Danny, is it me or does it smell like What's New Pussycat in here?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, anyway. Welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast, where your waifu and husbando go to die because they're trash. I'm your favorite host, Sam, the Bomb, the Tricky Tom. With me, I got Danny, the Hoot Nanny,
Sup, everybody?
Quokka.
안녕하세요.
I don't know what rhymes with Quokka, so too bad, you suck. And-
Joka!
Mocha.
Dude, we've been through
that's
this,
right,
Sam.
Quokka the
Joka.
Joka. Sorry. Quokka the
Jeez.
Joka. He's the puddin'. And Anime Summit best boy, Nick.
You underestimated my friendship.
Just like
I
this
stole that from the Akidiras video.
makes me think of The Office, where he's like, "Oh, sorry, I annoyed you with my friendship." Like,
Oh, yeah, Andy.
oh man.
There's a funny clip on Reddit where this random girl ran into the guy who plays Andy, and then like the guy who plays the guy on Mad Men. I don't know his name. I'm so bad with names. You know, the A-list guy. He's an A-list. Anyway, she didn't recognize A-list actors, but she recognized Andy from The Office.
Ed Helms.
So yeah, that was funny.
She probably didn't even know that his name was actually just Ed Helms, and not.
Yeah, she was like quoting The Office at him. It was funny. That's probably what they get all the time.
Today we're going to revisit a very old episode Anime Summit episode 42, actually. Animu Life Lessons. If you haven't heard it, go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's on the
Or
feed.
maybe don't, because we might
maybe
repeat
don't.
ourselves.
Yeah, or maybe don't. You know what I mean? But
Maybe
like,
we should have gone back and listened so we didn't repeat ourselves.
I listened to some of it because the show notes are on that one on YouTube, and I
Yo,
definitely
can you post that shit up?
I did. It's on
I
the
just don't wanna
show
repeat
sheet.
myself.
It's on the show sheet. It's on the show
It
sheet.
is?
Yeah, it's on the. I posted on the show sheet. The
Oh,
link on the
okay.
show sheet. So
When in doubt, I'm going to steal
Nick
something
has this
from that
habit
episode.
of making sure that we make a show sheet for everything and then never looking at it.
yeah.
No, I still look at it more than everyone else.
No. But listen,
I glance at it,
what
at
is-
least.
you know, obviously with anime, there's stories, there's art, and there's characters and stuff, and they all teach us something. Sometimes we come across that one anime that's like, whoa, that like changed how I look at this thing now, and whatever, blah blah. So what did you learn? What have you learned from anime that you've watched? You know, I think even last time, like me and Nick brought up like Dragon Ball Z. Even like you can learn stuff from Dragon Ball Z. Like, come on now, let's be serial.
Like how to put your arms
Okay.
up in the air.
Yeah,
Like how to put
Like-
your arms up in the air,
like you can't die.
and that you can't die. You could do whatever you want.
You're invincible.
You just get wished back, or you're invincible. But yeah, no. That being said, let's get into. I know we said we were gonna change how we do the news segment, but we haven't fully planned that out yet. So we just got a quick segment of news.
The last one, hopefully.
So,
ever.
Nick, why don't you take it to the sky and testify?
All right, so there's just a few pieces of news. There's a the Kimono Friends season 2 is confirmed. We already knew that. Blah blah blah.
The
But
good news, Nick.
everybody, what?
Get us to the good news.
Good news. Yeah, the good news is that everyone's shitting on Katakawa, and it's fucking funny. The video is like, it looks like a
news
lightsaber.
that's
Like
worth
the fucking
listening to.
dislikes. It's 4,000 likes to 30,000 dislikes. Oh man, because we already know, we've gone through it. They fired like all the original staff of Kimono Friends, and then now everybody hates them. So it's just funny that the fans are lashing out. And there's the hashtag no Tatsuki, no Tanoshi. We'll link that in the show notes. Next piece of news. ANN responds to the Digibro Crunchyroll rant. This is another one we can link in the show notes. It's another Answer Man column. Basically, I don't know if you guys mentioned this last week because I was gone. What are you talking about, Quog?
What?
Oh, good. Are you talking about the Madoka?
I was about to explain it, and then you stopped.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you started to.
Okay. Well, I'll explain the Digibro part, and you can take it from there. But basically, Digibro started everything with a short video where he crapped all over Crunchyroll. It was kind of in two segments. The first was where he disagreed with how they started the Spice High Garden Spice is their original show that they're starting to create. He didn't like the way that was presented. And then the second part was where he just his real intention for making the video was that he was tired of the Crunchyroll player and like the technology behind it being outdated.
He still uses Flash.
He goes on a
instead of
rant about it.
HTML5. Oh my God, woe is me.
Yeah. He goes on a whole rant against it and how like he doesn't want to support an industry that's shitty and not evolving as well as it should. But and then they kind of give a rebuttal on ANN. But yeah, Kolka, go ahead.
Well, didn't it really start when he was doing an interview and said that he loves to read comics of watching little girls get fucked, and then Crunchyroll stopped supporting him, and then he did this rant? Isn't that the order that this went in?
No. So I heard that original interview. That was on the Dick Show podcast. And that podcast is very, like, they're very open to everything and, like, in your face kind of. So they're not offended by anything hardly. And even that was, like, that kind of freaked them out a little bit. Because, like, just the way Digibro said it. It's like, it's a cartoon. But that happened first, but, like, that didn't really have to do with him shitting on Crunchyroll that much. I think it was just... Oh, I'm sure they did, yeah. But then he points out their hypocrisy because they show all these underage girl shows on Crunchyroll.
There's a bit of a difference,
Aramanga Sensei.
though.
Slightly, yeah, there is, but
especially since
so what?
When you say something like little girls,
it's still
you're
hypocritical.
not talking about teen girls.
Yeah, but that wasn't really the main point of his video. He was mostly just railing against how
he
anime
doesn't
was
want
like
to draw more
distributed and
attention
funded
to that,
and all that.
to that little bit.
No, he defended a lot on Twitter. That was a while back. So, yeah, the way he said it was very jarring. But I don't care. It's a cartoon. If people want to look at a cartoon, I don't give a shit. As long as it's not the real thing, there's no victims. That's kind of a weird way to think of it. But whatever. Agree or disagree?
I don't agree.
I don't indulge in any of that. But if it's a cartoon, I don't think it hurts anybody.
I agree that Digibro is wrong. That's it.
So nothing new.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Why is this in the news? Digibro's wrong?
Because it's a big deal. Because it got 1 million views, his video, in like a week. And everyone was like crapping all over Crunchyroll. And everyone just, hates how it's going. So
yeah, because the people who follow him and sub to him are blind as shit. And they'll do anything. Like, to defend his nasty ass. Like, let's be serious. And it's just like, I don't know, it's dumb. I think it's dumb. He's just salty that they dropped him. Moving on.
Yeah, and the ANN article does have some corrections on like how much a series costs and how much it costs to license it and everything. And Digibro replied, and there's a whole thing. We'll link all that in the show notes. It's just kind of... It's interesting to read. If nothing else, read the ANN article, which we'll link. That's a good place to go. There you go. And then he wanted them to make videos because nobody fucking reads articles. So at least the young people don't read articles. Old people do, like us. Old man face emoji.
Okay.
All right, and then Sam, you can do these next ones.
Yeah,
here.
sure. The Madoka Magica record, the mobile game, is getting an anime, I guess. I put a link there.
Game?
It's called Madoka Magica Record, and it's a mobile game, and it's getting an anime.
Never even heard of this.
So,
how have I not heard of this?
You know what? It's really weird because there's a lot of mobile games coming out that are like anime based. like that just in the past like few years. There's a new one that just came out just called Evangelion, and it's literally you just like play with Evas and you like fight in battles and shit with like the angels and shit. It's awesome. That's like a Chinese one though, so it looks kind of wonky. But Madoka Magica Record I think came out like a year ago or something around there, and it's getting an anime
on my Play Store.
It might.
So it's gonna get the Bahamut treatment. You're taking the mobile game into an anime.
Bahamut, and then the My Hero Academia. So a couple weeks ago, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, My Hero Academia didn't air an episode that was part of like the series. They aired a special episode, and I guess a lot of people were mad. A lot of people outside of Japan were mad. They were like, "This anime original shouldn't be in here because I'm an elitist and I like to fart," and meh, and they're just being really stupid and mad. The reason why
they went full Nick.
The reason why they did it is because there's a nationwide Japanese charity event that happens in Japan every year called Love Saves the Earth, in which every TV station changes their program and sends stuff related to the charity event instead. Most normal programs don't run. Even Detective Conan doesn't run. Things like that. So instead they made a anime original episode that kind of ties in with the charity event. So it's not canon, but they wanted to do that just to kind of be part of it and participate. A lot of people were fucking mad and being stupid and not doing any research because that's what happens. People don't read. So that's why they did it. So you guys should just shut up and eat your fucking sandwich. Just calm the fuck down. But yeah, so that's why that happened. Also, I got some European in my butt.
Wait, what?
I like how the first person to like kind of giggles, Danny. She was like,
What did you just say? That doesn't even make any sense.
European in my butt. Anyway, that's the news real quick. There's the news segment. And so like we said, we're planning on doing the news differently, but we kind of haven't been. It's Labor Day today. The people had a long weekend. We wanted to relax and do stuff. So everyone calm down. We're going to get that figured out.
Football season.
We have a sweet-ass news intro.
Foosball. Yeah, we have a sweet-ass. We have that recorded. That's awesome. So anyway, but if you want to make sure you are up to date on all that stuff, you should follow us on Twitter at Anime Summit and Instagram at Anime Summit Podcast. And, of course, every Thursday we come out on iTunes and the RSS feed and on Spotify. That's Spotify. I just like to say Spotify. You know me by now. We know each other. I like to say Spotify. And then on the following weekend, it comes out on YouTube. And then you should subscribe to the YouTubes. Because here's the thing. The youtube.com/Anime Summit, right? Quokka is uploading really old school episodes.
Starting next Tuesday, every week. Forever.
Yes. Forever. So you're going to get like...
No, only 32
double
weeks,
time.
but whatever. So just two episodes a week if you're a YouTuber. And
I hope you're not doing the first 6 episodes.
Totally doing the first 6 episodes.
Oh, God. Okay. Disclaimer. Don't listen to those because my mic was broken and nobody informed me while we recorded.
Everybody told you
it was all in one batch
every step of the way, even during the practice episodes.
Nope, nobody
which I
did.
also
I blame the world. So my mic was broken. Nobody mentioned
I do
it.
have 4
we did.
practice episodes that we've recorded, too.
Also...
And nobody mentioned
Those
it.
Also,
never came out.
also disclaimer, like...
Don't listen to the first 6 episodes.
Also, another disclaimer, if I said anything offensive that was a terrible person 3 years ago, I'm not that person anymore. I know that sounds really stupid, but if I said anything offensive, I'm sorry. I own up to it. It's probably Paco's fault somehow, or Nick's fault somehow. So, definitely probably most likely Nick's fault somehow.
I'm trying to decide if I'm better or worse than I was back then. Don't know.
You get to go listen to Mac and all of us start when we didn't know what we were doing. Yep. You get to watch more of the podcast shape itself into... Do we have a shape yet?
It's like a cornucopia trapezoidal shape.
We're misshapen
Yeah,
bald.
You can-
I'm not gonna be on it, guys. So don't expect.
Yeah,
So
so-
if you hate Danny, you can just listen to these every week.
Oh, there you go.
Good, Danny sucks. But anyway, if you want to find out what shape we are, discord.com/anime summit, you should join that so you can talk to us every week. Speaking of Discord, here's what's awesome is we do a lot of announcements there and we do a lot of discussions there. And that's also where we started the manga book club. And if you're part of the Discord, we are going to go right now we're reading Akira, and you're supposed to read up to page 167. That's the first 2 chapters of volume 1. And that's going to be, we're going to have that talk on Sunday the 16th. I think I don't know what time.
8:30 Eastern.
8:30.
8:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know
Yes.
your time zones, look that shit up. I'm not your mama.
Look that shit up. Well, she's everyone's mama.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're reading Akira.
You guys should record it and maybe release it as an extra episode.
You know what? I do know how to record, like, just Discord, like through my computer. Yeah, we might do that actually. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, we
so-
also have a voice chat now for our local manga meetings. So
That's what Coca means. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Coca means,
Yeah.
is record the voice part.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we will do that. So if you want to read Akira with us, get on the Discord at me or Danny, and I'll give you the manga book club role. And also, I will include a link in the description, and I will post a link again this week in the announcements channel. Buy our t-shirts on Amazon. You know why? Because then you could walk around looking super fly in our Anime Summit t-shirts. And there's one that I particularly like where it's ZR. It's just like a girl like pulling up stockings on her fine legs. I really like that one.
Short skirt, pleated skirts for the win.
I really like that one.
Big mood, as they say.
Yeah. I
And
really
you
like.
can go to zr.animesummit.net to get there.
There you go. So anyway,
I
there's.
think I made way too many subdomains.
you did.
So there you go. Go there, buy one of those, and then
Yeah,
we
that
have
totally
do we
works.
have a Quokka, do we have a .lolly subdomain?
God no.
We need to get that.
So anyway,
That's not how subdomains work. That's actually a master
Just-
domain.
That's fine. Dude,
if you buy a shirt,
filibuster.
if
I'm gonna
you
pull a
Oh, that
Charlie.
ZR shirt looks so good.
if
I
you
need
buy
to
a
get
shirt,
one. I need to get one. I don't have one yet.
for the love of God, if you buy a shirt, take a selfie with it and send it to us so we can post it on our Instagram. That being said, let's move on.
Baka.opi.lolly.
Let's move on. No. Let's move on to Waifu and his bando and get into the main topic, shall we? His
Got a little wet at the end there.
His bando of the hour is Akira Takizawa from Eden of the East. Here's why I picked him, okay? Because we're talking about anime life lessons, right? And Eden of the East is like
Major.
the whole concept is if you were given 10 billion yen
And
you-
infinite power.
and infinite power, and basically all you had to do was like, the question is, how would you change Japan with 10 billion yen? And there were like 12 people chosen, and they were given this special cell phone where they could just do anything, and it was crazy. But anyway,
Like, you could just get people killed or, like, anything you wanted done if you could just pay and it would get done. And
Yep.
how would you shape the country?
That's kind of how the real world works, right? Kind of.
okay,
But I wouldn't
anyway,
say everybody that has a lot of money knows exactly who to call at any instant to get that stuff done.
well, because the thing is they had a computer called Juice. It was a supercomputer. And
Yeah, but they didn't have the app for it, but
they would just call Juice. They would just call Juice and say, "Hey, I want
Calling.
I want to do this," and then Juice would be like, "Okay," and then she would use the
Make it
information
happen.
superhighway to make it happen.
Dude.
Yeah.
this came out in 2009. Tell me, did they invest in Bitcoin?
Okay. Anyway,
Because that's what I would have done.
so Akira Takizawa, he's really awesome. He's the main character, of course. Because he's the main character, he is awesome and does awesome things with the 10 billion yen. And the waifu of the week is Sango from Inuyasha. I don't know why she was picked, but she's fine.
because Danny can't go a second without talking about Inuyasha.
What are you talking about?
You guys know the meme where the kid is sitting at his desk and you can see his forehead vein popping out? Do you know what I'm talking about, Sam?
No.
Anyway, the forehead vein meme, and then you put the text over. It's like when it's been 20, when you haven't talked about blah 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 in over 20
Oh
minutes.
yeah,
That's
that
Danny.
kid.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, lessons learned from anime. Life lessons learned from anime. Let's talk about that. Let me start off. Can I start? I'm gonna start. Okay, everyone, shut up except for Danny and Quokka.
Wait, we didn't talk about Sango though. All right.
All I said was that she's fine and she can kick my ass.
All right.
You know what? She's changing the world by kicking the bad dude's ass ass at a time. Okay, she's kicking asses.
She doesn't take shit from Moroku.
And she's
She
taking
puts-
names.
She puts the crack in ass crack.
And she gives those names to other people whose asses she kicks. Okay, anyway, here's the thing. Eden of the East, okay? Eden of the East is a great anime, okay? I already kind of told you what it was about. Blah, blah, blah. The reason why, like, Akira Takizawa was chosen to be a Selasau, as they call it. They're called, each of the 12 people in the quote-unquote the game are called Selasau. And the guy who started the game, who's like this fucking rich-ass old man, is
He
literally...
likes to drive for Uber.
Yeah, he's like driving a taxi or an Uber, yeah. And while Akira was delivering newspapers, he stopped next to him, and they had like a conversation. And I don't remember all the details of that conversation, but that conversation, it takes place in the second movie, and it basically shows, it's like a flashback, and it shows why he chose Akira to do all this stuff and to be a Selasau, and it's really important. But like, anyway, it's a lot about people taking life for granted, right? The way that the world was going and the way that Japan was going. Yeah, this anime gets a little too real almost, but like, it's like, how can we make it a better place, right? And oh man, I feel really bad. I feel really stupid. I should have watched that scene before we started about it. But basically, the way people take things for granted, you know what I mean? It's like you ever work retail before? Like, you get that customer who comes in and she's like, and I say she because it's 10 out of 10 most times. It's like a 40-year-old middle-aged woman named Karen. And she's like...
She has the soccer mom haircut.
She has a soccer mom haircut.
Can I speak to your manager haircut?
Yeah, let me speak to your manager haircut. And she's got a coupon that expired, like, months ago. And she flips her wig when you can't, like, give it to her or whatever because of store policy, right? And she throws a big fit, and then the manager comes and tells her the same thing, and she throws such a fit that the manager just gives it to her because it's like, whatever. The customer is always right, right? That was one of the terms they used in this conversation was, but the customer is always right and blah, blah, blah. And people take advantage of that. People take advantage of other more innocent people and don't think about any long-lasting effects it may have on them, whether it's the rest of the day or a week or a month or the rest of their lives.
Which in Japan, that saying goes even further because it's not the customer's always right. It's the customer is a god.
Yeah. Here, it's just like, for me, in my opinion, right, that really spoke to me because it's just like, in my opinion, they're not always right. It's that kind of mentality just lets them take advantage of you, and it kind of just is like, you can go into McDonald's and demand the world or whatever. You're still only going to get a double cheeseburger, so why are you flipping out? You're at McDonald's.
No, the saying should be the customer's always right for a price. Because when you go into McDonald's, you can get whatever crazy concoction you want, but they'll charge you for it.
Right. I think people forget about that. I think we forget about that. It's like whenever somebody screws up on my order or something at a place where I pay money for a service or anything, I try and be as kind as I can be because I don't know what that person's going through. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put anybody out. I always just go, hey, I'm sorry, but this was supposed to be this, and I got this instead. And if you're nice to them, 10 times out of 10, they're just going to be like, oh, shit, dude, I'm sorry. Let me fix that for you. Okay.
And pro tip, always try and use the phrase, is there anything you can do to help me?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
people love helping.
Ooh, that's a life
They don't
hack right
necessarily
there.
like just doing their job.
Right. It's like, hey, dude, I'm sorry. Is there anything you can do to help me with this? Because I came in here yesterday, and I bought this.
Like, don't act like it's their job to do it and that they have to do it.
Right.
but just asking if there's anything that they can do.
Because like they
And
know
watch
that-
your
Everything.
tone.
Bank employees, Walmart refund people.
Yeah, just watch the tone of
All of
voice.
it.
You know, have a good tone of voice. Be friendly and cool.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Don't be a bitch.
No, yeah. Just like
Don't
because
be a
you don't.
don't be a Danny. I'm just kidding.
Well, don't be a dick, and also
Sorry.
don't be afraid to be a bit more firm if that's not working, though.
Oh, sure.
Like if it's something that you need
Yeah,
to
just
get
be
done,
like, well, can I speak to a manager,
but
please?
you also don't need to freak out on them. Just be a bit more firm about what needs to be done.
Right, and obviously, if they're being completely rude to you, try and kill them with the same kindness so that they look bad in front of their manager instead.
I mean, you
know what
might have to walk away. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
if worst comes to worst, just blast them on social media. Easy.
Easy.
If you have to do if it's calling, just hang up and call again.
But no,
And
seriously.
use like a different accent every time.
I just think that
To be like, what the fuck?
I just think that people take
Do it.
advantage of that and they take stuff for granted is all. And that's what I took away from that conversation. In the end,
Wait, what show is this from again?
this is from Eden of the East, the second movie.
Okay.
The movie that
What
because
are
we kind of drifted apart there. I forgot what anime we were talking about.
there was a 13 episode show and then it's 2 movies that end it. But anyway,
2? I thought it was 3.
no.
Is it the
was
Madoka
2.
thing where they like kind of redo it?
No,
Movie?
it's all fresh. It's straight continuation.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, so I'll get to it
But yeah, anyway.
after my fantasy drafts.
Who wants to? Yeah, okay. Who wants to take the microphone?
Danny. I nominate Danny.
You nominate me.
Because Danny wasn't here when we first did this topic.
Well, no, because I feel like we've been talking over Danny. By the way,
But
Danny,
also,
I
she
was
wasn't
joking
here when we
earlier.
first did this topic.
Oh yeah, so Danny, you should steal something and then pretend that you made it up.
What?
From the
Danny,
go look at the old
Danny,
show
what
notes and
have
just be
you
like,
learned
Pokemon.
from anime that you could apply to your real life.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. You can tell that I did not prepare at all.
Can't tell at all.
don't be afraid to say Inuyasha. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
Boys
wouldn't-
with fox ears are super attractive.
Oh,
That's what I learned from anime.
no, I mean,
It's
I
hope this doesn't
definitely
awaken
learned.
anything
I
in me.
definitely learned that like Cardcaptor Sakura is like low key pedophile, like, because one of the girls has like a crush on her teacher and stuff. So. And
Yeesh.
I'm just,
It's not as
like-
bad
Yeah, but everybody
as
has a crush on their
Azumanga Daioh
teacher.
that actually has a pedo teacher.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
but everybody has it. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, well, like,
Well, that got a little disheartening.
I mean, to be quite honest, like,
No, what'd you learn about life, not about anime?
well,
Yeah,
life,
what can apply to
life
you?
really, anime didn't really have anything to do with like my life and personal experience. Like
Nothing?
that's like
You didn't learn any better
It-
ways to interact with people?
Even if it's like the most minor thing ever,
it
like
was
the
more,
tiniest little
it was
thing.
more like of a guidance really, and something. Anime was really like more of a comfort for me. You know, whenever I was sad or something, you know, I would definitely watch like Fruits Basket without a doubt, because that will always make me laugh.
Instead of doing what other white girls do and eat Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah. So, anime for me is just like in general really, is just like a place where, you know, I can just like clear my mind and like not really have to think about things. And like the movie Howl was really like a
Wait,
good...
Howl's Moving Castle?
No, not Howl. Howl, H-A-L, Howl.
Oh, Hal. Okay.
Howl, yes.
From 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, it was it's kind of like that.
What?
But
Wait, there's a movie from 2013. Oh, that's the one. Okay.
yeah, that one it's definitely like it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I kind of don't remember.
It's been at least 5 years, or at most 5 years.
But that movie is definitely like about relationships and everything like that. And how you can move on with your life with certain people. So, I mean, I don't want to give away like a lot of detail about it, especially like the key pointers, because it's definitely a spoiler and everything. So, but it definitely taught me that, you know, losing someone that is really close to you, can be heartbreaking, but at the same time, you know that they wouldn't want you to like suffer, and like they would want you to like move on with your life and everything like that. So it's the same thing with Anohana as at the same time. So
yeah, a lot of shows are like that.
But yeah,
some of them do it better.
So
for example, the one you mentioned. All right,
Anohana,
cool.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm saying the most generalized comments.
I think one of us said
interesting.
Anohana on the last episode too, but the fact that Danny is bringing it up is what's cool about revisiting this topic.
Well, it's a popular show, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't have Danny last time, obviously. But all right, what else you guys got?
I think it'd be really funny if we went back and just word for word said the same thing that someone else said in that other episode.
That's kind of possible, at the same time impossible. So
yeah. All right, I did like a Giguk style list where I kind of like made fun of it, but it's half serious. I'll do one
yours
of them.
Yours is such a trolly thing, so.
And yet it has heart.
Which is exactly what he did last time.
Oh, I
Thank
believe
you.
it.
No, I said Hibernate Renmei. I look at the list. That's a serious show. All right. Number one.
But what you took from it was not serious.
No, that's not true. That's a very serious show. All right, anyway. Number one, limitation breeds creativity. And I put the O smiley with his mouth open. And basically, this means that, look, you got your TV anime with low budget, relatively. It's like 100 to 200, 300,000 an episode, which is not that much. SpongeBob SquarePants is like $1 million an episode, right? So look, anime, they got a shoestring budget. They got no time. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, but yet sometimes they make really good fucking TV shows, right? So they work with what they got and they make
and lots of crap,
great stuff. And like, look, that can apply to real life because I play Magic. Sam knows that. I play one of the formats is where you have to have a limitation on your colors. There's 5 colors. You can only pick whatever number, and you know that kind of helps me. It's like, oh, look, what can I do with what I got, right? You got to be creative. You don't want to have that like where you get frozen by too many choices. What's the word for that? Anyway, choice paralysis, decision paralysis. There you go.
Sure.
Okay.
That's what I had. Anybody have any any comments, or are we just gonna move on? Like, I have more. I can
go ahead,
say
more.
No,
Give us more.
No, I agree with what you said exactly.
Okay.
That sounds like keep an open mind kind of thing. Yeah, but no, if you got more, go ahead.
I got a whole fucking list. So if someone else wants to go again, I can go later. Otherwise, I can do another one.
What I learned from Your Lie in April.
Of course. Here we go. Take a shot.
Is
God.
That adversity is what separates the good from the great. That it's easy to be really good at something when everything's easy and that there isn't really a challenge. But it's the people that push through when it's difficult that really become the greatest. Which sometimes is just about opportunity.
How much do you want to bet Quokka talked about this on the older episode?
Was Your Lie in April out already at that point?
Was it?
I don't know. I don't remember. Probably.
I think, yeah. At 24 minutes, Your Lie in April. It's right there.
Oh, we should have tried to time it. So we're 24 minutes. All right.
Yeah, so we said exactly at 24 minutes.
All right, Sam, what about you? Would you care to talk about Dragon Ball Z? No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Hey,
Go
Dragon
ahead.
Ball Z.
I was
Shut up.
joking.
No, I think I talked about. We mentioned that last time, but
We
I mean,
I know I talked about Chunin last time.
yeah,
You did.
I think we did.
I'm looking at the show notes right now.
We talked about layers of white and the Dojin.
Maybe there's nothing
What
left
did
to
I-
learn from anime.
What did I even say about a fucking dojin, dude?
You guys even talked about the Big Lebowski,
Oh my God.
which I find really funny.
I think I need to see what I said about layers of white. What can you learn from that? You get you get reverse raped by a moth lady. That's the whole thing. There's a lot to be learned from that. Don't go
I
into
feel like
a
it was
shed.
Nick that mentioned it, probably.
No, it was me that mentioned it. Oh man. All right.
What I've just now learned is that there's nothing left to learn from anime. We've learned it all.
No, look, the older you get, the more jaded and Clint Eastwood.gif that you get, right? So,
Little bit.
you're drinking your coffee and squinting at all the kids on your lawn. We're old.
Oh man.
Look,
Madoka
Magica,
dude,
Magica,
Pokemon-
I learned that you shouldn't ask somebody if they've killed anybody.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah. They're like, not yet.
You shouldn't need
Stab
anime
you.
to teach you that. Never ask that kind of a question of anybody. If you have friends from the military and stuff and you know they deployed, you don't ask that.
Yep.
What anime was that from, though?
I was just saying Madoka Magica.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one in a while, so I have to go back on that.
Because she looks at Hamura and goes, "Have you seen anybody die?"
Huh.
And Hamura looks back at her. And I don't remember what she says, but I just remember crying the second time I saw that. Because you're
remember
like,
crying.
she's seen you die, Madoka. You can't ask this.
That's true. All right. Should I just
Oh,
go down my
spoilers.
list?
Fuck.
Well, no, you can. I mean, let's let someone else go. You know what I mean?
Dude, I have
I had
the best
something,
list.
but I
You
forgot.
guys
I forgot what I
kind
was
of,
gonna
you know.
say.
You guys kind of phoned it in, unlike me.
You just
All
got
right.
phoned it.
I'm just going to go. I'm going to say one. So, my second one is
Yeah, just fucking go for it.
the real treasure is the friends we made along the way with a hugging emoji.
Is it phoning it in?
Look, I put effort into this. I made a bulleted list. If you go to any shonen, you go to Aria, take a drink. I just mentioned Aria. Any shonen, they got these friends battling. They're trying to like accomplish their goal, and then at the end of the day, what do they have? They got a fucking blown up, barren, blasted landscape country, but they have their friends, and that was the important part. And then look, you can apply that to real life by, like let's say you're in school, right? And you like, you get an F on your exam, and you're like, fuck. But look, you're networking with your classmates. Boom, they get you a job, nice cushy job. There you go. Friends you made along the way, networking.
All your friends that also didn't study,
Yeah,
that also failed out of high school.
that's fine. You don't need to know stuff. You just need to know people.
You don't need to
all right?
know stuff.
It's not about what you know. No, wait, yeah, it's not about what you know. It's about who you know.
It's not about-
Still
It's
a
not
bit
about-
what you know.
It's not about how big you fart. It's about being able
about
to
how
keep
fart you
farting.
It's about the fart inside of your heart.
You guys are fucking idiots. I hate you.
Someone's doing the fucking CPR on you, and they're like,
But no, like, I have another one that I kind of, because I was kind of, so like I said last week, I was like messing around on Manga Rock and stuff like that, and trying to find what we're gonna read for manga book club and stuff. And I was trying to find the Rurouni Kenshin manga because I've never read it.
You never read the Rurouni Kenshin?
Samurai X?
No, I've never read it. No. But I was so I found it on another website online somewhere, but I was reading some of it and I just remember how awesome Kenshin is, like how much of a oh my god. Like I wish my goal in life is to cuz I'm super outgoing and I get angry really quick and I yell a lot and I am very touchy and sensitive. I really hope that in 20 years from now when I'm just some old bag that I'll be able to just be
when you're a baba, as they say,
when I'm a baba, yeah.
or a OG-san or whatever.
I'll be able to be a quarter or halfway as decent as Kenshin Himura is because he's just, oh my god. First of all, he's sexy as fuck. Oh my god. Second of all, like if you don't know the tragic story of Kenshin, like TLDR, he was known as the Hitokiri Batosai, the person slayer or manslayer.
They call him the manslayer in the dub.
Yeah, and I think it literally translates to like person slasher or something. But
Yeah, well,
yeah, in
lost in translation.
Not a serial killer though.
Nope.
no, he was like they hired him to do shit, and he would just
Go watch Trust and Betrayal.
Yeah,
for
he would
his
just go and do
backstory.
it. Yeah, Trust and Betrayal is like the movie that came out like after, and it kind of shows his time as a manslayer. But in Rurouni Kenshin, where the he kind of talks about it and stuff, and that's why he's like trying to like, he's like a really peaceful person. His sword, the blade is actually on the backside. So even though the style he uses,
Reverse
the
blade
Hiten
sword.
the Hiten Mitsurugi style, even though that style is made for like
Killing people.
killing people,
He just knocks them out.
he just knocks them out. But so like he always tries to find a way to just be like, that's what I love about Kenshin, is that he's the perfect balance of peace and if he has to like be violent, he will. But at the end of the day, he still doesn't kill anybody. He's like Batman. He's like a really calm Batman, because obviously Batman's going around going, "Why do you want to kill me, Joker?" And then here's Kenshin Himura, and he's just like, Where's Rachel? Where's Rachel? Here's Kenshin Himura, and he's like, "I'm not going to kill you because I'm really peaceful that I am, and I'm just going to fight you and knock you out because you need to calm down." And he does, and he's just like, if he has to be, he will. You know what I mean? If he has to protect innocence by being violent, he will.
Yeah.
But like, he always tries to start it off by saying like, we don't have to do this. It doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah. He tries to talk it out first.
Mm-hmm.
But, it like the people that Kenshin talks to, they don't care. They don't want to hear what Kenshin has to
they don't
say.
give a shit,
They
yeah.
just want to
So-
fucking fight him because he's the
Yeah,
Batosai, so.
So 9 times out of 10, he'll fucking fight him, and that's fine. But like, I'm saying is that like, when it comes right down to it, he'll still stand up and be forceful. He won't try and be like completely like pacifist, peace everywhere, man kind of guy. He'll do it. He'll do the do and knock you down town
Like a foo.
Like a foo. Thank you, Nick,
He
for
seems like
completing
he's
my rap.
very well based off of Miyamoto Musashi,
Who's that?
who's a famous samurai, Ronin or whatever, that he grew up in Miyamoto and like ran off and learned to become a swordsman. I'll wait for this noise to stop outside. Okay, so he grew up in Miyamoto and ran off and learned to be a swordsman. Had this whole life story of all kinds of things going. He like fought with one of the big armies at that period of time. Probably one of the like Tokugawa or Nobunaga ones that they talk about all the time in anime. And he was one of the few survivors from his team, and he was able to make it back to civilization. And he started training just to be like the perfect warrior and person.
Mm-hmm.
Like diversifying his skills, so he wasn't just like a swordsman. He learned art and all kinds of other different things like that, and would travel around trying to learn more. And he occasionally got into fights with people, and he would destroy them. And at one point, he like ends up at this remote town where they're having issues growing food because they have constant floods that are washing away their rice fields. And he goes and he figures out a way to still grow rice there and like treat the land to be able to do that. And he teaches everyone else around how to do it. And then he just disappears one day.
Apparent.
And then he ends up like killing the one guy that's in the swordsman in the main Fate Stay Night. Who's that guy?
The sword, like who's this?
Who's the one that's like guarding the church at that one point? Anyway, that guy, whoever that guy is representing from history, Miyamoto Musashi kills that guy with a wooden sword.
Well,
Damn.
apparently, Kenshin like the story was like the creation of Kenshin is based on Kawakami Gensai, who was a Japanese samurai in the late Edo period. So, and he was like a skilled swordsman, and he was like most notable for killing like 4 noble assassins in the Bakumatsu period. So, yeah. There's a picture of him too.
Anyway, there's a sweet book about Musashi out called Musashi. It's fantastic.
Well, really? It's called Musashi.
It sounds like Mufasa.
It talks about his like lessons for being a warrior and moving through your life. And it's good shit.
Did you know that Bushido was basically an excuse for gay sex?
That is useless
cool.
information.
I'm just kidding. I don't actually know if that's accurate.
At one point, Musashi was applying to be the trainer of like the king, because I think that was right when they had the young king or emperor, whatever the fuck Japan had.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets denied because there's some rumors going around being spread by that other guy about him. And while he's in the waiting room, he asks if he can paint one of the walls or something to leave as a gift. And he like paints this very elaborate piece, and then a bunch of the staff
I thought he was gonna paint it in their blood.
We're like very impressed with it, and that they missed out on having this guy was a big deal. Because having someone that's a skilled swordsman but also well-rounded was rare. Because some people would just get too caught up in the combat arts and not refine the rest of who they are as a person.
So the person you're talking about, Koka in Fate Stay Night, was the assassin class, and he originally claimed to be Sasaki Kojiro, who Miyamoto Musashi slayed, but then it later turns out that he was just a nameless samurai. But he had originally claimed to be Sasaki Kojiro, which it was like, he almost kind of was, because he did the swallow cut thing in the anime, like Sasaki did. But anyway.
Holy shit, that was
and
a
he
tangent.
used the big-ass sword that he would use.
Yeah, it's like a Nadachi
While
kind
Miyamoto Musashi engineered the using 2 swords.
Okay, well, we should save that for the Kenshin podcast and the entire 5 million year history of Japan podcast. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nick, you guys aren't talking enough. Now you guys are talking too much.
But it's like so far off topic.
Well, I mean, we're just talking. You know, this is what our podcast is. We just talk. You can't script it too much in your show notes.
Okay. Number 3. Live in the moment. You won't be a high school girl forever. Sunglasses emoji. Okay, so look.
The thing I love about high school girls is like they keep getting older, but they stay the same age.
K-On. You know why it's called K-On? Because if it was called K-Off, that'd be a pretty dark... I feel like that'd be a snuff film or something.
No, because
anyway,
K-On is Japanese for light music.
No, it also means on, though. Like, turn on the light switch.
No, because K-On's Japanese for light music.
All right. Look. You got to appreciate where you are. If you're always worrying and all frazzled about the past and the future and shit, you're not going to enjoy it. So look, you got to make friends and drink tea and eat cookies and have fun. Fun things are fun. There. That was number 3. What do you guys got?
Sports.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. I want to
Yes, you can learn. Don't do drugs. Read Shindo L, and you'll learn that lesson.
Okay, don't listen to Nick about anything.
Read Emergence.
I really want to hear because I know Danny earlier said she was having trouble, whatever, that's fine. But like legit, like when you watched anime, right, Danny? There wasn't anything you took away that you kind of like were like, huh.
Well, I was
that relates to this problem I've been having in my life, or something.
Well, I was about to
Or it provides a solution I didn't previously think of.
Just go.
We're just interrupting.
Yeah, before.
I was about to say.
Like, did your microwave ever break?
Oh my God, Cole, gosh. Everyone shut up.
No, he did
you
that
guys
on
are terrible.
purpose. He did that on
Yeah.
Danny, do you ship people in real life?
Do I what?
Okay.
Do you ship people
What the hell
in real
does
life?
that mean?
Taishi and Chikako. Okay, moving
You're a
on.
girl,
Danny, go ahead.
How do you not know what shipping means?
Danny, go ahead.
All right, never mind.
Danny, don't listen to them. Just go ahead.
I mean, I learned that sports anime. I learned that like you should never give up on your hopes and dreams. You should train hard, and even if you do lose, it's okay. You can always like get up and try again.
So Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, yeah, just do it. No, like for
There's
example,
no such thing as losing.
for
Only setbacks.
For example, like Yuri on Ice. It's
my
like
God. I was gonna say
it's
that.
like a great example.
You can never have too much Yuri.
You
That's
can
what I learned.
never have too much Yuri.
You can never have too much man butt in the hot tub.
But like Yuri, he wasn't like at his best. He was about to quit skating and everything, and he admired Victor so much that Victor saw the potential that Yuri had, especially when Yuri imitated Victor's performance. So Victor definitely saw something in Yuri, and like put him under his wing and stuff. So, it's definitely like there's definitely like a lot of challenges that life will put you through and would try to like break you down and everything. Even like with mental illness and everything, like especially with depression will try and like hit you hard and like try to bring you down so much, but like you have to try, you have to just remember that like there are people there like that have your back and that like support you 100%. Sam definitely knows that because Sam and I talk about it all the time. So like Sam knows that I have her back, all like 100%. So, and this like became really serious, but like
got real.
It got real. No, but like
It's supposed to be real.
Like I'm really am serious. Like if any of you guys, like those listeners who are listening, like feel like you don't belong, or like you just feel so depressed and like you don't know what to do with your life, like it's okay to feel that way, but just so you know, like you have people that surround you, like that you have in your life that like care about you. So like,
and all feel the same way.
Which brings me
Yeah.
to
Believe
a
it or not,
recommendation.
nobody knows what they're doing with their life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. There's a
Everybody's
lot
just
of
fumbling along.
rampant
We're just
incompetence
going with the
every
flow.
field.
We're just going with the flow, man.
Look at professional sports organizations. Most of the teams in every league are just horribly run. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Same thing goes for your boss. Your
But Nick
boss's
knows
boss.
what he's doing.
Nobody
That's what
knows
he's trying to
anything.
say.
People are idiots. They got a lot of pride, and they don't know what they're doing. So yeah, look, nobody knows what they're doing. I agree. I listen to a lot of fantasy football podcasts, so that's where I'm getting this.
Clearly. I think we all know.
And a recommendation based on what Danny just said. So look, 2 shows. Neon Genesis Evangelion deals with a lot of those themes, and so does Hibine Renmei. Check them out if you haven't already. We've mentioned them ad nauseum, like almost every episode. So yeah.
No, for real. And I have all your backs 100%. But yeah, no, like just to like end to what Danny said. Someone that I met like a year ago, she taught me that it's okay to be sad and it's okay to be sick, and it totally is. It's okay. I got you. You can cry on my shoulder if you need. You can put your tears and fears on my shoulder. I got you 100%. Anyone else got anything? I have one good thing that I think that can end the episode. So if anyone,
All right, I'm gonna do the rest of my list.
Oh my god.
Number
here we
4,
go.
lean on others. Nobody makes it alone. The best example of this is Griffith from Berserk. I'll leave it there without spoiling anything.
That's actually a good one though.
Don't be Griffith. Okay, well, I won't spoil. Nope, I won't spoil. All right.
You should just watch the 90s
Just
on
watch
Berserk.
Just watch the original Berserk anime. All right. Next one, number 5. Sometimes even your best effort isn't good enough, and that's okay, with the little relieved smiley face there.
But it's good enough for me.
Basically, watch Ping Pong the animation. There's one guy in that show who finds out that he sucks balls at ping pong, and he kind of travels the world, finds himself. So that's like kind of a little cool little plot line going. All right. Next one, number 6. Take a break. Sometimes you just got to set everything aside for a beach episode with the beach emoji. Yeah, look, I didn't watch hardly any anime in the past week, and it feels fucking good. You know, you just gotta take a breather.
Sucks right now.
You gotta recharge. I'm not even talking about seasonal because like a lot of times I'll watch old stuff too, but I didn't even do that. I'm just like, fuck it, I'm taking a break, man.
I've just been watching
I'm going on
Ozark
vacation
on Netflix.
I've been watching Terrace House on Netflix.
Yeah, you guys been watching Terrace House.
I've been watching Terrace House also.
But look, it's good to take a break. You gotta recharge. You gotta build up that passion again because if you're just gonna burn out if you don't. So there you go. Beach emoji, beach episode.
Beach emoji.
All right.
All right,
Damn,
anyone?
Terrace House is good.
Terrace House is good. It's like a slice of life IRL. Anyone got anything else? Otherwise, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna end it with the perfect thing, the perfect saying.
End it.
I had to mute my mic while I looked for it because I had it written down somewhere, but I lost that, so I had to find.
Oh, I'm prepared.
I had to find the scene and then rewrite it down and mute my mic while Nick was talking just now, or while Danny was talking and Nick was talking. Anyway. Like, regardless how you feel about Darling in the Franxx, okay? Like, because obviously... Yeah. Obviously, like, it... You know, I don't think it was the best show that it could have been. There was a lot of weird things that happened in it. The way it was executed was really weird, whatever.
9 out of 10. Sam probably gave it a 9.
At the very end of it, though, the very last... Not the very last scene, but there's a part where... And I'm sorry, like, this is going to spoil, but, like, obviously, like, the two main characters aren't, like, there. So, like, the rest of the cast is kind of, like, you know, narrating, and they're kind of saying, like, you know, you guys are amazing because you taught us to, and then it goes, like, it bounces to each character, and they each say, like, a thing. And if you put it all together and write it all down, it becomes, like, this big, like, awesome advice thing. So, like, it started like this, okay? Enjoy every experience. Fight when you have to. Keep working towards your goal. Never half-ass things and go all out. Try to get to know another person better. Choose your destiny with your own hands. And be honest with your feelings. And be someone's wings. And it was just like, if you put it all together and read it all like that, it's like, oh, shit! And it's just like...
Oh, man. I'm going to hold my tongue, Sam, but I'll let you continue.
No, I think with this being said, like it doesn't matter how you feel about Darling in the Franxx. If you just read this part, even if it's not part of that anime or not, it's just something that's really cool. I think Nick's opinion on the show is 100% not necessary to me saying this quote. It doesn't fucking matter because it's just a really nice... kind of really positive thinking kind of thing, and kind of like just be honest, be cool, do everything you can, enjoy it while you can, you know. I thought it was a good way.
I agree with the sentiment. I disagree with the execution.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of your opinion on Darling in the Franxx matters because it's wrong. So but that being said,
let's check Mal.
Mal's also wrong because it's crap. The website's crap and the scores don't mean shit.
Oh, man.
Mal's like, whose line is it anyway? Or the points don't matter. So, that being said,
everything is made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah, everything is made up and the points don't matter. Hit us up on Twitter and give us accounts of things like you learned. Like, I think last time we did this 3-some years ago, episode. So for those of you who haven't listened to it, it's episode 42, Anime Summit Podcast, Animu Life Lessons. I think I brought up like Nadesco and some other stuff, keto, you know, because Chunibyu, Anohana was brought up. The reason I
Sword Art Online, Sword Art Extra.
The reason I brought up Nadesco is because Akito is like a badass, and he's just like, I don't know, he's like this really peaceful person. He's kind of like Kenshin Himura, except he didn't want to fight, and he's a little bit more of a wuss. But that's okay. Anyway, you know what? Tell us if you have any of these kinds of quote-unquote life lessons that you've learned from watching shows, let us know. Tell us about it. We want to listen to you. We want to hear you. We want to hear.
If you became a degenerate gambler after watching Pokemon, let us know.
Okay.
All right. Anyway. God.
What?
Cut that out.
So-
Pokemon encourages gambling.
Doesn't encourage gambling. It encourages animal fights.
Yeah,
Encourages animal
exactly. And what do you do with animal fights? You bet on them.
Or just watch.
Oh man.
So
We're
anyway,
keeping that in. That is hilarious.
Anyway, anime life lessons. What have you learned? Hit us up on Twitter at Anime Summit. Join us on Discord. Talk to us on Discord about it.
Maybe you learned from watching Paradise Kiss that trans girls are people too.
Hell yeah.
If
We
you
are
had to
people.
watch an
Thank
anime
you.
to learn that, then
Thanks, fucking
well, at
Coco.
least
Yeah.
better late than never.
Yeah, I exist, guys. I'm real. I'm a real person.
I just think it's funny. Like someone watches the show and they're like, "Oh, I guess they are real people now."
Huh.
It took a fucking anime to
I've been
figure it
treating them
out.
so weird lately. Maybe I shouldn't do that.
right. Anyway, I've been Sam, Danny, Quokka, Nick, Too Slick, and we've been the Anime Summit podcast.
More Terrace House?
Yeah, dude, let's go. I finished Aloha State
Terrace
today.
house in the middle of our street.
I've been stealing time, thinking if I try, everything will turn out right.